Good evening and welcome to a maiden edition of the program Road to Edo 2024, a special program designed to help you make sense of all the happenings, all the personalities, all the events in the build-up to the 2024 Edo State Governorship election. This is one program you should stay tuned to every Monday at 5:30 and ensure you get a feel, have an insight into all the events that are going to shape the Edo State 2024 governorship election. We also make efforts to bring on board aspirants to share their thoughts, their views, their visions, their opinions, and other things as far as the Edo State governorship election is concerned. My name is Sonny Duke Okosun. My co-anchor on the program is Erosa Agbola. Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, Sonny, thanks for being with me on the show today. I must say that today's program promises to be exciting and educative as well. Residents of Edo State and voters in particular, those with their PVCs, are no longer gullible. So this is the program that will create a platform for the right information to keep the voters abreast with all that is happening ahead of Edo 2024. It is believed that the voters are the kingmakers, that the voters with the PVCs have the power to determine who becomes Mr. Governor in 2024. Hence, it is a must-watch. This program is a must-watch. All voters must stay tuned and get the right information so that their decision can be guided aright. Don't you think so, son?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the essence of this program.
Yes.
When you are informed, you will not be deformed.
Exactly.
And it is only when you are informed that you can make the best of decisions. That's what this program is about.
Yes.
So we're urging all Edo citizens to look forward to this program week in, week out. We will be bringing you aspirants that are contesting to get their party nomination as far as the 2024 governorship election is concerned. We will begin the show proper by looking at the timetable that has been released by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, that will guide the conduct of the election. Interesting things to look at in the timetable for the Edo State 2024 governorship election. But what is very clear is the fact that the election will hold on the 21st of September 2024. So all roads, all eyes, all attention is looking forward towards 2024 Saturday.
Yeah, Sonny, I must admit that the role of INEC is pivotal to the success of elections in this country. And so the politicians, the voters, the leadership of the different political parties that will be contesting the election must be abreast with the rules as disclosed by INEC.
Yeah.
And they must be ready 100% to keep to such rules. So once again, INEC is pivotal to the success of Edo 2024 elections. And so the timetable is out from INEC. We must look at it critically. We must see how the voters will be informed. We must see how the political parties will adhere to this timetable. The governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, is already aware from the public announcement of INEC in terms of the timetable. Edo State governor election has been scheduled for 21st of September 2024. So the governor knows that his tenure will end on the 11th of November 2024. So Mr. Governor is aware, and the people are enthusiastic about this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
yes.
The political parties are really right now the kings, because they are the king makers. They are the ones who will decide who will represent them at the election proper. Since 1999, when Governor Lucky Gbenedion took over the saddle of leadership, and from then we had Chief John Odige Oyegun, and then of course we also had former Governor Comrade Adam Saliu Shomole. Before then we had a short stint with Professor Sareme Osumbo, and then of course Shomole came on board, paved the way for Governor Godwin Obaseki, who has been in the saddle for about 7 years, leading to 8 years. So come September 21st, 2024, it's a Saturday. As always, the election that will decide who will take over from him will come into place. Just like you said, INEC guidelines provides the template for election to be conducted in line with the Electoral Act as amended. It is based on that the political parties will make their choices, and the candidates will also campaign. The electorate will make their decision as to who becomes one. But let's quickly just take you through some of the needs in the guideline released by INEC. Just like we highlighted for you earlier, on Saturday, 21st of September, is the D-Day proper for the election. And as my co-anchor highlighted, the governor will be stepping out on the 11th of November. But in the guideline released by INEC, according to Section 178, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, election into the said offices shall hold not earlier than 150 days and not later than 30 days before the expiration of the tenure of the last holder of the office. In this case, the last holder is Governor Godwin Obaseki. The latest date for election to the office of the governor in Edo State is 12th October 2024. All right, and these are just some of the information we'd like to share with you on the conduct of the election. Then there's also a time frame within which the primaries will take place. That's between the 1st of February to 24th of February 2024. So these are some of the information that you need to know, particularly if you're a chieftain of a political party or an aspirant, as the case may be. You need to have this information in your fingertip. There's also a timeline within which the names of the candidates will be uploaded, by the political parties as well as INEC, as it were.
Yes, Sonny, I must tell you again that everyone must be aware that 21st of September 2024 is sacrosanct. In other words, elections surely for the governorship of Edo State will be held on that date as announced by INEC, and so preparations must begin. I must tell you that politicking, in a way, has commenced. Some political activities are already on. You see political parties are already doing their homework. Aspirants are already indicating interest within the political party because they need to keep to the timetable. Before the campaigns will start, the campaigns must adhere to the date as announced by INEC. But before that date, those who are interested in occupying the office of governor of Edo State are already doing what is called on-the-ground work. Aspirants are already busy, talking with those they need to talk with. They're already busy strategizing. Some are already having or forming their campaign council, those who will help them actualize their aspiration. This is expected because INEC has released the timetable for the political activities, for the election, for campaign, for screening of aspirants, for primaries that will produce the candidates of different political parties, and so political activities must surely increase, and that's what we are witnessing so far. But Sonny, as a diversion from Edo 2024, because Edo 2024 is actually an off-cycle election.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, some states as well will be having elections this year. We understand that Bayelsa Imo, Kogi governorship elections will take place 11th of November 2023. Now, that will be another acid text to the performance of INEC vis-a-vis or against the backdrop of what happened in the last general election.
And to add to that,
yes.
we also have Ondo State.
Okay.
Yes, it's also another off-cycle election.
That's correct. Yes. So, what kind of performance are you anticipating from INEC? Because INEC is the umpire.
Well, we've seen INEC over the years.
Yes.
Sometimes they are rated highly, at other times very poorly. But I think that every election provides an opportunity for INEC to write their name in gold by living up to the expectations of the people in terms of ensuring that the election is free, fair, transparent, and credible. Once that is achieved, you can be rest assured that INEC will have a great rating. So I'm hoping that in all of these off-cycle elections, INEC has really been forthcoming. I mean, if you look at some of the history that we have behind us as far as these off-cycle elections are concerned, INEC has always been forthcoming. Use Edo State, for example, during the second tenure of Comrade Adam Soliu Shomole, even the second tenure of the present administration, INEC was rated very, very highly as a result of the outcome of the election. We hope that that momentum, that rating, that scoring will be sustained, as it were.
Yes. And still talking about the off-cycle elections, precisely that of Ondo State will take place Saturday, the 16th of November, 2024. But back to the elections, the off-cycle elections that will take place this year, I must tell you a lot is happening in Kogi State. The different political parties are busy, waiting for the elections proper. Bayelsa is not different. But my interest is Imo State. Now, looking at Imo State, we've seen that some elections before now, an incumbent is not guaranteed to return or have a say because the electorates or the voters are enlightened. And they now know that they are kingmakers and their PVCs can actually determine who becomes governor.
Absolutely.
So, what are your expectations in terms of Imo?
Well, Imo is a very dicey situation because of how the present government came into office.
Okay.
I mean, something quite striking about electoral process over the years is the fact that we have the challenge of the electorates voting, but the courts actually determine who becomes the governor, who governs. But I'm sure that in the course of this program and in subsequent editions, we'll have the time to really look in details to dissect all of those issues. Let's quickly look at some of the issues that we're going to focus on today, which has to do with the issue of voter apathy within the context of Edo State governorship election. At the last general election, that is the 2023 governorship election, we have some statistics we'd like to share with you from INEC portal. A total of registered voters of 2.5 million in Edo State. Only 1.99 million collected their PVC. That's quite disturbing for a state that has such a huge voting population, but on election day, this is the figure that would come out. So you have this voter apathy challenge, you have this disparity between the actual number of registered voters and the number of accredited voters that will come out to participate in the election.
Looking at Edo State.
Yes.
Edo State is a state that is regarded as very enlightened because of the educational advantage of Edo State over some other states, especially the northern states. Now, because the residents of Edo State, the voters of Edo State are very enlightened, they know the import of apathy regarding the 2024 election. They are already aware that Governor Obaseki, his tenure will end. They know the date that his tenure will end. They know that somebody else needs to occupy that office. I'm very optimistic, very, very optimistic that voter apathy might not be experienced this time around. It's optimism that I'm expressing. Now, I must also inform you that because of some other parties that are also making remarkable impact on our political space, every politician or political party leaders will surely work hard to win voters to actually favor their party. So I'm optimistic that voter party may not be noticeable this time around because Nigerians, the residents, still have the opportunity to update their records with INEC and get their PVCs. Okay. But something is very, very crucial which I must mention here. I did mention earlier. INEC must continue to encourage voters to have confidence in their conduct of elections. Very important.
Okay.